Okay, class, this is the next video of question number one. What I'm going to solve right now. Question number one of cash flow. Question number one of cash flow. You can see board clearly. Wait a minute. Right. Uh, in this question discussion in the requirement, if you see the requirement, you are required to make a cash flow statement for 31st December 2005. Examiner can ask you question of cash flow in different parts. That means in part A requirement, cash flow from the operating activity. In part B requirement, cash flow from investing activity separately. In part C requirement, cash flow from financing activity separately. Obviously, you have to solve question according to the requirement. In this question, we have complete cash flow statement, not a separate requirement. So I'm going to solve a detailed complete cash flow statement. Cash flow statement. Okay. If it will not cover the board, then I will continue on the next slide. So starting with the cash flow statement from the operating activity. From the operating activity. Operating cash flow from operating activities. Okay, you have to see the format starting with the operating profit. Cash flow from the operating profit is given in point number one. Operating profit, which is also known as net profit before interest. Cash flow from the operating profit is given here. Cash flow from operating profit 165,000. 100 class. I'm solving question number one. Again, I'm telling you, before you watch my video, you must have this question paper in with you in your hand. Okay, cash flow from operating activity, I'm taking it from the point number, from the addition point number one. I'm just marking point number one for your convenience. Now, after this, depreciation of non-current asset, we will add this. All depreciation that is given in point number three is given in point number three, right? There are three depreciation. Point number three, depreciation of motor vehicle 55,000. Depreciation of motor vehicle 55,000, and depreciation of office machine 60,000. Okay, and depreciation of fixture and fittings 50,000. Right? There are three depreciations given. The total depreciation is fortunately also coming 165,000. Okay. It is not necessary that both will always come same. It is fortunately coming in this question, but it is not the obvious rule, right? After that, we have to consider the increase or decrease of non-current, increase and decrease in current asset. Okay. Now, for this, temporarily, I'm showing this question again to you. This is very important. If you see account receivable, look at the account receivable here. Account receivable in 2004 given is 99,100, but in 2005 it is 53,000. It is decreased now. Okay, decrease in account receivable means cash has been collected from the customer, cash inflow, right? Wait a minute. Yes. Now I can see it. Decrease in account receivable means cash inflow. Okay. Similarly, accounts payable. Look at the accounts payable. Accounts payable in 2004. Wait a minute. Yes. Accounts payable in 2004 is given 36,500, but in 2005 is 32,400. Again, decrease in accounts payable means cash outflow. Okay, and tax paid, interest paid, you can catch from this information. So this is very simple. Here, if you see the accounts receivable, account receivable is question number one. Account receivable is decreasing. Okay, so decrease in account receivable. can show working year. Account receivable is 99,100. 99,100 from 99,100 is now 53,000. Okay. So 99,100 from minus 53,000 is 46,000 cash inflow. We'll add this. This point is account receivable. Okay. Now inventory also. Class, I forgot to explain to you about the inventory. Account receivable and closing inventory will be treated as the same. When closing inventory is increasing, that means we have bought the inventory, cash outflow. When closing inventory decreases, that means we have sold the inventory, cash inflow. Okay. So again, if you're coming to the inventory side, inventory increase over here, increase closing inventory, okay. Increase closing inventory. If you see closing inventory in 2004, closing inventory in the 2004 was the 25,000, and in 2005 was 45,000. 25,000, 45,000. Okay. This is the solution I will load already. I think so I have already loaded. Add in the group. Check कर सकते हैं वहाँ पर. Increase in closing inventory means closing inventory increase हो रही. That means you have bought inventory further. That is cash outflow. 20,000 से cash outflow हुआ होगा, तो उसको minus कर देंगे. ठीक है. And the accounts payable को check करते हैं. Accounts payable is decreasing. Decrease accounts payable. Decrease accounts payable. Accounts payable in 2004. See, you must have paper in front of you. Accounts payable in 2004 was 36,500. 36,500. And the accounts payable in 2005 was 32,400. अगर accounts payable कम हो रहा है 36,500 2004 में और 32,400 2005 में. क्लास पहले तो वही कैश फ्लो स्टेटमेंट 2005 की बना रहे हैं. ठीक है. करंट ईयर की बनाते हैं, प्रीवियस ईयर से करंट ईयर में बनाते हैं. तो 2004 2005 में कैश अकाउंट्स पेबल डिक्रीज हो रहे हैं. दैट मीन्स कैश आउटफ्लो. तो डिक्रीज इन अकाउंट्स पेबल इज 4,100. is 4,100 cash outflow. You must have paid to the accounts payable. Now interest paid and tax paid is given in additional information. Okay. Interest paid is given there, point number 9 and 10. If you see point number 9, point number 8, point number 10, loan interest paid, interest paid for the year. It is coming in point number, additional point number 10. It is given additional point number 10. Loan interest paid for the year is 15,000. Is 15,000 cash outflow. And the last point, tax paid for the year. Tax paid, it is given in point number 8. Addition point number 8. Tax paid for the year is given in point number 8. Tax paid for the year, which is 23,000. Okay, 23,000. Tax paid for the year 23,000. Class, okay. Now I'm repeating from here. Decrease in accounts payable. I'm repeating again. Decrease in accounts payable from 2004 to 2005. 2004 is 36,500 and 2005 is 32,400. Okay. That means accounts payable, decrease in accounts payable means there is cash has been paid. ये paid में जाएगा. ठीक है. Cash outflow. Interest paid, I've taken in point number 10. It is given in point number 10. Interest paid for the year and tax paid for the year. So this is also minus. Okay. So after this, you have to find the final answer. Net cash flow. Net cash flow from operating activities. Okay. Net cash flow whatever 31,400. But we cannot close it. You cannot, because the requirement was not to make the requirement was not to make the operating activity, investing activity separately. Okay, if the operating, investing, and financing activity asked by the examiner separately, then you can close it and start part B from here, cash flow from investing activity, and part C, cash flow from financing activity. Okay, here you are required to make a cash flow statement. Okay, so we cannot close it, and it is continue in the next page. It is continued in the next page. If you're going to the next page, okay, it's continued. Cash flow from the investing activity, cash flow from investing activity, ओके मैं एक काम करता हूँ, पहले तो मैंने ये निकाल लिया ना, कैश फ्लो फ्रॉम ऑपरेटिंग एक्टिविटी, ये तो हमने फाइंड कर लिया ना, कैश फ्लो फ्रॉम ऑपरेटिंग एक्टिविटी ये यहाँ से चलेगी ना, इसको मैं लिख देता हूँ 314,000 cash flow from operating activity. Now cash flow from investing activity. Okay, cash flow from investing activities. In cash flow from investing activity, we always take the purchase and sales of non-current asset. Okay, class, listen my video carefully. I'm going to read point number 4. You can see point number 4. Office machine was bought by check $552,000. When we buy office machine, there will be always cash outflow. We can write purchase of office machine. And for your hint, I can write this is coming from point number 4. This is coming from point number 4 for your hint. Office machine was bought by check $552,000. When you buy any non-current asset by check, that must be equal to cash outflow. Okay, class, this is point number 4. Again, look at my question paper. I'm going to read point number 2. Point number 2. Look at the point number 2. In point number 2, it says the one motor vehicle was sold by check $75,000. Sales of motor vehicle cash inflow. Sales of motor vehicle, which is given in point number 2. Okay, class. Point number 2, sales of motor vehicle 75,000. This is cash inflow. Okay, so what is the net cash flow? Net cash flow from investing activity. Okay, this is the net effect of this. नेट कैश फ्लो फॉर इन्वेस्टिंग, दिस इज माइनस हो रही है ये, और ये प्लस हो रही है, तो इनका नेट इफेक्ट आ जाएगा 477,000. ओके क्लास, ऑपरेटिंग एक्टिविटी कमिंग फ्रॉम हियर, इन्वेस्टिंग. नाउ लास्ट स्टेप, द कैश फ्लो फ्रॉम द फाइनेंसिंग एक्टिविटी. कैश फ्लो फ्रॉम financing activities. Okay, in the cash flow from financing activity, we only record the shares and long term liability and dividend. कोई डिविडेंड शेयर्स में होता है तो डिविडेंड यहाँ पर आएगा, इस तरह आप उसको याद रख सकते हैं. ठीक है, टैक्स जो होता है वो ऑपरेटिंग प्रॉफिट पे होता है, तो टैक्स पेड यहाँ पर आएगा, टैक्स पेड ऑपरेटिंग प्रॉफिट टैक्स यहाँ पर आएगा. सो डिविडेंड जो होता है वो शेयर्स पे होता है, जहाँ शेयर्स आएंगे डिविडेंड भी वहाँ पर आएगा. Now for this I am going to read point number 6. Point number 6, issue of ordinary shares. If you see point number 6, issue of ordinary shares. See, point number 6 says, yes, point number 6 says during the year 200,000 ordinary shares were issued at 1.06 each. ठीक है, तो 200,000 शेयर इशू किए हैं, 200,000 shares at 1.06. For your reference, I'm writing this in point number. This is coming from point number 6. So 200,000 multiplied by 1.6, 1.06, which is equals to 212,000. Okay, 212,000 cash inflow. 212,000 cash inflow. Issue one company will issue ordinary shares or the preference shares. There will be always cash inflow, right? So 212,000 cash inflow, which is coming from point number 6. And if we see class the point number 9, payment of dividend paid. Dividend paid. It is given in point number. It is given in point number 9. This is given in point number 9. So see point number 9. Point number 9. Dividend paid during the year $25,000. When company pays dividend, this will be cash outflow. Okay. So what is the net cash flow from the investing activity? What is the net cash flow? You can write it here. Net cash flow. Net cash flow from financing activity. Financing. So we have to take the net effect of this two. Okay. Add minus. This will be equals to 187,000 positive. And this is the negative. Okay. Because there is the cash outflow was more than the cash inflow. The net cash flow from investing activity is negative. कंपनी ने पेमेंट ज़्यादा की है और रिसीव कम किया है. तो कैश फ्लो फ्रॉम ऑपरेटिंग एक्टिविटी, कैश फ्लो फ्रॉम इन्वेस्टिंग एक्टिविटी विच इज़ नेगेटिव, and cash flow from financing activity which is positive. So when we take the effect of this all three, when we take the effect of all three, इसको आप ऐड कर लेंगे, add minus and add. This will give you net cash flow during the year. This will give you net cash flow during the year. Okay, 2005. We are making cash flow statement for 2005. This is equals to $24,000 positive. Class, this is the cash flow statement. Okay, and after this, sometime we can check it in exam. Either this 24,000 answer is correct or not. Either this 24,000 is correct or not. So how can you check it? I'm going to solve it here. How can you check your answer in exam? How can you check your answer in exam? Check. Cash and cash equivalent opening. Second class, cash and cash equivalent opening is given for 2005. This must be reconciled. Okay, I will show this paper to you again. See, cash and cash equivalent or bank balance opening 48,000 and closing 72,000, and we have to match it. Okay, so then we have to match it. So cash and cash equivalent opening, cash and cash equivalent, also known as bank opening balance. Opening balance is given 48,000. इसमें आप ये ऐड कर देंगे, नेट कैश फ्लो ड्यूरिंग द ईयर. ऐड नेट कैश फ्लो ड्यूरिंग द ईयर. हमने यहाँ से निकाली विच इज़ 24,000, ठीक है। जो अब आंसर आएगा ना दोनों का, ये ओपनिंग में ओवरड्राफ्ट भी हो सकता है, एहतियात करना, अगर ओवरड्राफ्ट होगा तो आप उसको नेगेटिव लोगे। लेकिन एस में अगेन एस में नहीं ख्याल रखते, टेक्निकल चीज़ें पूछेगा, ये बहुत बड़ा टॉपिक है, आपको मैं सिर्फ बहुत ज़्यादा पढ़ा दिया मैंने, बहुत ज़्यादा एस के लिए, for you एस नॉलेज इज इनफ, ओके। तो कैश फ्लो फ्रॉम ओपनिंग बैलेंस इज 48,000 given, cash and cash equivalent opening 48,000 given in the balance sheet, उसमें हम ऐड कर देंगे कैश, नेट कैश फ्लो फॉर द ईयर 24, हम दोनों को ऐड करेंगे, दिस मस्ट बी इक्वल टू दी कैश एंड इक्विवेलेंट क्लोजिंग, वो है हमारे पास 72,000 जो बैलेंस शीट से मैच होगा, इनको टोटल कर लेंगे, दिस इज 72, ठीक है। तो उसको बोलते हैं कैश एंड द कैश इक्विवेलेंट और बैंक क्लोजिंग, ठीक है। यानी 2004 में ये बैलेंस है, 2005 में ये बैलेंस, दोनों का डिफरेंस है। नेट कैश फ्लो 24,000 तो यहाँ से है कैश फ्लो स्टेटमेंट से। तो क्लास दिस इज द कैश फ्लो स्टेटमेंट सिंपली, ओके। alhamdulillah we have completed the syllabus of completely. I tried my level best to give my best videos. After this you have to cover your assignment as quick as possible. After this I will be coming to the Zoom classes for discussing your MCQs, okay. Class, as I told you, strategy in the tuition center, strategy in the schools are quite different, and there's no alternative for both teaching. There's no alternative of teaching in face to face in the classroom. But since you know the scenario here, rather than leaving the things, you better go ahead. Alhamdulillah, a lot of students have responded me very well and they have understood. And those who have still problem in the previous chapters, like single entry, which is very technical chapter, a very favorite chapter for the examiners, वो मैं आपसे डिस्कस करूँगा जूम में, जो भी प्रॉब्लम्स होंगी, ठीक है। आप पहले ये वीडियो वॉच करके सब चीज़ें कर लो, सारी कर लो। और आप काफ़ी बच्चे मुझे अपडेट कर रहे हैं उनकी प्रॉब्लम में, नोट करके रखी हुई हैं। इंशाल्लाह आपके ज़रा असेसमेंट हो जाए, ठीक है। असेसमेंट तक कोई मैं MCQs टेस्ट नहीं करूँगा, ठीक है। असेसमेंट के बाद फिर मैं आपको MCQs में टेस्ट करता हूँ, ठीक है। अपना ख्याल रखें। थैंक यू सो वेरी मच। होपफुली दिस विल बी माय लास्ट वीडियो फॉर द सेशन, ओके। May God bless to all of you. Thank you so very much. Allah Hafiz.